Ever wondered why we feel anxious or depressed? These feelings, as complex and overwhelming as they can be, are part of the human experience. It's not just about feeling blue or being on edge, it's about how our brain processes and regulates our emotions. Understanding the origin of these emotions, the root cause, can ultimately equip us to manage them more effectively. And you might be surprised to learn just how much influence a tiny part of your brain has. What if I told you that a tiny part of your brain plays a huge role in these emotions? Welcome to the world of the amygdala, a small structure in your brain that is responsible for your emotional responses. Nestled deep within the temporal lobes of your brain, this almond-shaped cluster of neurons is smaller than a walnut, yet it holds immense power over our emotional life. The amygdala is like the brain's emotional processing center. It's the gatekeeper to our feelings, the guardian of our fears, the sentinel of our stress. When you experience an emotion, whether it's joy, fear, or anger, it's the amygdala that's pulling the strings, dictating your emotional response. But the amygdala isn't just about emotions. It's also crucial in determining how we react to stress. When faced with a stressful situation, the amygdala fires up, triggering a cascade of physiological responses that prepare us for action. It's our internal alarm system, ever ready to respond to threats. So the amygdala is like a control center for our emotions, but what happens when things go wrong? When the amygdala overreacts or underreacts, it can lead to emotional disorders like anxiety and depression. Picture this. When the amygdala gets hyperactive, it's like a fire alarm going off at the slightest hint of smoke, triggering an overblown fear response. This can lead to anxiety disorders where the person is constantly on edge, anticipating danger around every corner. On the other hand, an underactive amygdala is like a fire alarm that hardly ever rings, even when there's a real fire. In this scenario, the amygdala isn't doing enough to signal pleasure or reward, which can lead to a lack of enthusiasm or interest in life. This subdued response can be a contributing factor to depression. Just like any good manager, the amygdala needs to strike a balance, not too hot, not too cold, to keep our emotional life in check. Therefore, the amygdala, in its role as the emotional control center, can be the source of our emotional highs and lows. Understanding the role of the amygdala in our emotional health can empower us to take better care of our mental well-being. This almond-shaped structure in our brain is pivotal in regulating emotions, especially those related to anxiety and depression. Recognizing its influence allows us to better manage our feelings, providing us the tools to navigate our emotional landscape with grace and resilience. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding your amygdala is a step towards emotional mastery.